Hey everyone, it's Tiffany here from Sprintax. Did you know that your federal tax residency status can be different to your state tax residency status? It's true. And just because you are considered a non-resident for federal tax doesn't necessarily mean you'll be considered a non-resident for state tax. But don't worry if you're confused about state tax residency. You can use Sprintax to easily work out your state residency status. In the video, I'm going to show you how. Take a look. Once you have completed your federal tax return in Sprintax, you reach step 6, and it's here that you determine your state residency status. In order to complete the step, you must provide details for each state you have lived in during the year, plus any periods you spent outside the US. It's important to list all of your visits in and out of each state, and Sprintax will determine your state residency status based on these days. The tax year in the US starts on January 1st and ends on December 31st, and you only need to list your visits to different states or outside the US only for the relevant year. This is why first entry date is automatically set to January 1st, and you will not be able to change it. The next thing you need to do is to select an exit date. The exit date you enter should either be the day you entered in the US from outside the country or the day you left the particular US state. For example, if you entered to the US for the first time on January 31st, you should enter January 30 as the exit date. This way, a new row will automatically appear and the new entry date will match the actual date you entered the US on. To complete the first row, you must select the type of visit and accommodation you lived in during the period. You notice the Sprintax will have automatically pre-selected outside the US in the state field. Continue to list every visit you had to different US states and every occasion you left the US until the final exit date of the tax year, December 31st. Let's take a look at a more detailed example. Maria is from Spain and she's a second-year student in New York. She entered the US on February 15 for the first time during the tax year and lived in New York until June 20, 2019. She went home for vacation on June 21st, 2019 and came back to her university in New York on September 2nd. Then she left the US on December 20 to go to Spain for Christmas holidays. This is how Maria should complete the table in order to list all her visits correctly. Easy, right? Remember that if you're not able to list the periods you were outside the US during the tax year correctly, you may need to review and change your entry and exit dates you have entered on the Residency Status tab. If you have not listed your visits correctly on this tab, you will not be able to list them correctly here as well. Finally, you may be wondering what is the difference between temporary visit and permanent visit. In short, a temporary visit is a visit for a fixed and limited period after which you intend to return to the place you consider as a permanent home or location. Meanwhile, a permanent visit is a visit with a permitted unlimited term. Generally, your visit cannot be considered permanent if the duration of your stay is limited by type of visa you hold. In order for your visits to be permanent, you must have totally severed all personal ties with your prior state or country of residence.